Hello, my name is Hakon and welcome back to my channel where today I'm doing something completely different again. Now, in front of you here, you may see some postage stamps, and this is because one of the lesser known things about me is that every now and again I indulge in a little bit of philately, that is, stamp collecting. And one of my favorite countries to have in my collection is Denmark. They've got quite a lot of nice stamps. And today I'm going to say a few words about these ones. This is a series of stamps that went from 1870 or 1871, I'm not 100% sure now, until 1905, and they're known as the bicolors. Why are they called bicolors? Well, it's because they are printed in two different colors at a time when most stamps was printed in just one. But because they are in two colors, that makes it a little bit more interesting, and I'll get back to that. So these are not all of them. There was another three issued with a slightly different line perforation, I believe, but they are quite rare, so I do not have those in my collection, and nor am I expecting to get them ever. I collect stamps for the fun of it, not as an investment or anything like that. So another interesting thing about this series is it marks a transition from the old denomination of Denmark to the new. So you have here on the first ones, you see the little lettering there. It says SK for skilling or shillings in English, which was the old denomination, those first five ones there. And then the rest of them has transitions to the new denomination. And they say so that is the new denomination there, kroner and øre. Now, because these are printed in two colors, they have to be printed in two goes. So the printing plates have to be, there's a separate printing plate for the frames and a separate printing plates for the centerpiece. And these then have to be printed first, the frame, and then the centerpiece, or vice versa. And they have to be lined up perfectly, etc., to receive the print. So that's quite a job, actually, for a printer to accomplish. And an interesting thing, of course, is that the frame, as you can see, is relatively symmetrical. So you can imagine that as far as the printer is concerned, he might not be able to tell the difference between which side is supposed to be up. And that means that many of these have indeed been printed with the frames upside down. And I'll get back to that in a moment. I just need to swap out the stamps in front of me. So I'll be right back. Right, here we are on my desk, and I've got a close-up now of two different stamps. One is inverted and one is the right way up. And this is the corner where it's easiest to spot. And this is the upper left corner here. And what we are looking for, of course, there are many differences now. You can see they're different. But what I find is easiest to spot is looking at this figure, this swirly figure here, and you can see they are very different. They've been drawn in different ways, indeed. If you look at the one here, these two lines going off look like they're converging in almost a single point, whereas here there is quite a big gap from this line going off until this line coming there. And that is quite a significant difference. You might be able to spot it with the naked eye, depending on your eyesight, and certainly with a loupe, it would be very easy to do. So if you've got a magnifying glass, you can spot this within 2 seconds. The one on the right here is the one that is the right way up, and the one on the left is the one that is inverted. So inverted ones have a converging lines on this swirl here, whereas the right way up has quite a big gap between these lines. And that is by far the easiest way to spot the difference. Of course, if you have a reference stamp now, you sort of got this one here, for instance, and you know that's the right way up, and you compare it to others, you can also quite easily spot whether another one is inverted or not just by seeing that they're different. And also, if I took this one and put it upside down now, the corners would look exactly the same because it's the same original engraving used for the printing plates. Now, these stamps, as many stamps of the day, do also have watermarked paper. And so that means there are lots of variation in this series of stamps because you have a watermark can also be inverted. So you have frame the right way, watermark the right way. That's one variation. You have frame the right way with inverted watermark. You have inverted frame with right way up watermark, and you have inverted frame with inverted watermark. So you have a huge variation just in those things. And in addition to that, you also have color differences between different printings. I'm not sure if this is a color difference or not. It looks like it might actually be, because this color in here looks more faded, but this color out here looks less faded than the one here. So that tells me that maybe this is a color variation. And not all variations are recognized as being significantly different for collection purposes, but some are and some aren't. So indeed, the Danish bicolors can be quite a big subject of study, and there have even been books written about these stamps, this series of stamps from 1870 to 1905. So that's it for today. I just thought I'd give you a little look at this, and if you have wondered how to spot an inverted frame bicolor, that's how you do it. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you again in my next video, which may or may not have something to do with stamp collecting. Most likely not, I'll be honest to say, although depending on how this video does, I may do more videos on stamps. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like, share, comment, subscribe, join me on Patreon, or buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com, and I'll see you later. Bye for now. Bye-bye.